Today we're going to talk about 8 interview questions you need to ask your agent when you're about to sell your home. Before I get into it, if you do like our content, like, share or comment down below. It means the absolute world to us. So you've secret shopped your agents. Now if you don't know what that is, I've done another video on that. The link's down below. But you've secret shopped them and now the results have probably surprised you and it's time to call a few agents in. Here are 8 interview questions that I recommend you ask before you pick anyone. The first question I would ask is, what experience do you have? And most importantly is, have they bought and sold themselves recently? This is a really important question because most agents in the industry haven't bought and sold their own home before and they don't understand what the experience is going to be like for both sides. What you do want is an agent who understands the whole process, right from day one, right through to the end of the contract process and beyond. The next question I would ask is, how do you communicate with buyers? The one thing I can't stand is all these agents in the industry that talk about their database. There's no denying we've all got a database, but it's how well it's maintained. So many agents, when they receive an inquiry, will just put you onto a mailing list, and that mailing list will just each week send out the listings of their whole office, and they're not actually relevant to the buyers and just become loud noise in their mailbox. Most of the time, buyers don't even read those because they're not relevant, so they'll just delete them. Ultimately, you want an agent to answer this question with how they maintain their database and how they prune away those ones that are no longer in the market, so they're only working with those current buyers that are ready to buy. Another question I would ask in the interview process is, can you give me some references of some of your recent sales? So what's stronger than the sale price? Social proof. Go check out their Facebook reviews and their Google reviews and then ask that agent, can they give you the name and number of a couple of their recent sales? Ultimately, if they're comfortable in doing that, then they know they've done a good job. And the one thing's for sure, if they've had a good experience, most people are going to be happy to talk to you. But I can tell you, if they haven't had a good experience, they're definitely going to be happy to talk to you. A little word of warning though, sites like Rate My Agent, don't pay any attention to those. Those sites are built on who gets the most reviews, not who's done the best job. I've never gone onto that site and seen a bad review on there yet. Question number 4, what's that agent's plan to get the home sold? A lot of agents in this market are going to want to get the home on the market as quick as possible. Don't do this. Slow the process down. Find an agent that knows how to work that process. We want an agent that will get their database buyers through. They're going to show some interest, maybe put an offer in. You want an agent that knows how to hold that offer until the public have had a chance to come through as well. Ultimately, we know competition drives the sale price, which is what we want for you. We want the most money in your back pocket. Question number 5, how are they going to market the property? Is it going to have a price, no price, or auction? This question alone could rule out so many of your potential buyers. Buyers are getting so frustrated when they're on the portals and they're scrolling through and they can't tell if the home's in their price range. We recently took over a property where it had previously been on the market with another agent, didn't have a price on it. The owners needed $670 and all the offers they were getting was around that $650 mark. Now this is because there was no price indication given. When the property came across to us, we put our balls on the line, we put a price on the property. We put $679 on it and sold it to someone who'd already gone through in the previous campaign for the price the owners wanted. When I asked that buyer, why didn't he put an offer in the first time round? He said it was because he didn't know what they wanted. Question number 6, how often and how will you communicate with us? This is probably the biggest gripe I hear from people about real estate agents. They never heard from their agent. They only ever heard when there was an inspection or an offer. How are you meant to make an informed decision if you haven't been kept up to date with new listings that are comparable to yours, homes that have just sold, feedback from the market? All of these things allow you to make an informed decision when a buyer makes the choice to buy your home. At Spectrum, we take the time to get to know your preferences and your situations. So if you want daily phone calls, we can do that. If you only want to be communicated to by text message, that's fine. But the one thing that we are sure of is that you'll never be wondering what's going on with the sale of your home. The feedback we give you will be unedited. It'll be straight from the buyer's mouth. The other thing we'll give you is a login to your own portal for the sale of your property. This allows you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to log in and see what the feedback has been on your property and also to see the stats from the website and all the portals and all the other marketing that we've been doing. The next question I would ask the agent is, what are they offering in the campaign that's different to others? If there's one thing I've noticed is that a lot of agents will have a cookie cutter approach to the marketing of their properties, meaning that when you interview them, you're probably going to end up with a lot of similar campaigns in front of you. The one thing you don't want to do is put all your eggs in one basket. You don't want to be just on the major portals and that's it. you want to make sure your property is put in front of the most buyers possible. When we set up Spectrum, we thought long and hard about how can we reach more buyers while keeping the cost of our marketing down. After surveying a broad spectrum of the public, we found that most of the people using the portals weren't sorting by most relevant, they were sorting by newest to oldest. So we knew we could drop down the size of our ads, still make sure that we're on the top page, and then invest the difference into some AI-powered social media marketing. Don't you want your property to be where most people spend their day? Did you know Aussies check their phone about 127 times a day and spend 2 hours and 20 minutes on social media? Well, that's where we make sure your property's put. Our AI-powered campaign will use our interests and behaviours to identify if they're a potential buyer for property and make sure that your property is put in front of them. Of course, we offer the essentials of professional photography and floor plans, but since COVID, we've noticed an influx of interstate buyers coming into Brisbane, and they're really liking the fact that we have 3D walkthroughs on all our properties as well. We can do all this marketing for the same price as an agent who might just offer the basics of professional photography, floor plan, and a premier listing. Wouldn't you rather your property be shown to more people? And the final question to ask the agent is, will it be you who's dealing with our sale? It's pretty important to know who's going to be meeting the buyers of your home and negotiating the sale. I think it's great that an agent might have a team around them to offer help where it's needed. However, it is crucial that the agent is there to meet the buyers and negotiates your sale and not handing it off to their assistants to do this. Experienced agents are really good at reading personality types, and this is really important when it comes to negotiations. They need to know how to get that buyer for your home to pay the most money. If the agent isn't the one doing the inspections, it makes it impossible for them to give you detailed feedback on the buyer and helping you make an informed decision to know if it is the right person to buy your home. So there you have it. There's some of the most important questions I think you can ask an agent when you are interviewing to sell your home. The way they answer those questions will show whether they're worth the fee they're trying to charge. And remember, it's not always the cheapest agent who gets you the best price. I'm Chris from Spectrum. Thanks for watching today. As always, if you could like, share, or comment down below, it would mean the absolute world to us. See you next time.